watching News Mongolian MNB World. I'm your host, Ayunda Hirobasenko. Our top stories. The Switch of Air Pollution project funded by EU introduces its activities implemented in 2018 to 2022. The Ambassador of Mongolia to the United Kingdom presents his credentials to Queen Elizabeth II. A free economic zone should be built in Khushig Valley. For other news, stay tuned. The SOAP project funded by the European Union is being implemented between 2018 and 2022. The Switch of Air Pollution, or SOAP, is a 4-year project started in 2018 with the aim to contribute to tackling air pollution in Ulaanbaatar city by reducing coal consumption, by minimizing heat loss, and improving energy efficiency of individual houses in the gear areas of Ulaanbaatar city. On Thursday, the Minister of Construction and Urban Development, Mukhtar, as well as the delegation of the EU and the French embassy visited the installation work being done by well-trained teams.
The objectives of the project include sustainable consumption patterns and behaviors in the individual housing sector of Mongolia through energy efficiency, advice, and financial assistance, reducing emissions of carbon dioxide and particle matters in Ulaanbaatar's gear areas through improved energy efficiency in housing, as well as raising awareness through technical training and support to micro, small, medium enterprises and households.
The wall and roof of this house are insulated with rock wool. The floor is insulated by XPS panels. In other words, wall, roof and floor parts are all insulated completely. Through this technology, heat loss was reduced by 30 to 40%. As the Minister of Construction and Urban Development, I fully support this project. If it becomes the standard, there is a possibility to include the project implementation costs in the state or local budget. The cooperation of the residents is also important here. It's preferable for residents to have a better understanding on the payment system at banks to get the benefit of this project.
As an outcome of the project, more than 100 construction teams and individuals have been trained in proper insulation technology. The project has signed cooperation agreements with more than 40 team leaders. The partner team leaders have technically assessed and measured heat loss in nearly 600 detached private houses. In total, more than 400 households were partially or fully insulated, and as a result, greenhouse gas emissions were reduced by 3,132 tons, and household fuel consumption was reduced by 2,119 tons between 2018 and 2021. During the project's implementation, the brigades of the SOAP project earned a total of 711 million Mongolian tokriks annually, with an average of 15.3 million Mongolian tokriks per team annually.
And in this SOAP project, who mean switch of air pollution, JRS and all the partners work to implement tailor-made insulation solution to the Mongolian context. And in this way, the project succeed to promote very suitable solution for the household of the Gerd district area. This first phase, we have a very good result with the feedback of the household, also the key indicator performance of the brigade. We can improve it, but we have a good result. And we have hopefully a second phase for this project. We're going to start the 1st of May.
The installation was done by the request of the house owner. This house has also become a study model for measuring heat loss.
The project reached not only households in Gerd districts but also enterprises in construction sector, national and local authorities, as well as financial agencies.
The Ambassador of Mongolia to the United Kingdom, Sukhbat Timur, presented his credentials to Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom on March 16th at Buckingham Palace.
During the meeting, Ambassador Khushig talked to Queen Elizabeth II about bilateral relations and cooperation and exchanged views on next year's event to mark the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries.
Today I had the honor to present my letter of credence to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is considered as one of the significant important third neighbors of Mongolia, and next year in 2023 our two countries will celebrate the establishment of diplomatic relations. We exchange views on the activities to be organized as part of this anniversary celebration. This year Her Majesty will celebrate the 70th anniversary of her accession to the throne. Using this occasion, I have conveyed a congratulatory message of President Khushig to Her Majesty.
The government has tabled a proposal to Parliament to establish a free economic zone in Khushig Valley, located in Sirglansum of Tu province. During the meeting of the Standing Committee of Parliament, a discussion on putting forward a relevant draft resolution was held.
According to representatives of the cabinet, the free economic zone proposed to be built in the Khushig Valley will cover about 1,000 hectares. The government reckons that it is possible to develop trade, domestic production, tourism, transport and logistics in the zone.
We've met with almost all IT enterprises operating in Mongolia in order to carry out the construction of an IT cluster at the free economic zone, which was evaluated to have a strong chance of success. The talks on establishing an international finance hub at the zone are ongoing among the government and parliament.
The cabinet representatives also say that there is a possibility of attracting tourists by operating a casino at the free economic zone in the Khushig Valley, and the decision to open casinos at the zone will be made at the government and parliament level. The members of the Standing Committee at Parliament warned not to repeat the same mistakes made in the past when trying to create free economic zone and advised Parliament to hold to sound policies when completing infrastructure projects in Khushig Valley, which will appeal to possible investors.
What is the point of transferring the Mongol Natam Center and the students' complex over there, as well as the Transit Mongolia program? What benefits will we have by transferring and locating all those cargo trucks used for international transportation in the valley? In order to decrease the dependency on the two neighboring nations, we should have a place that attracts investors and generates profits. However, creating such a place requires a big budget. Thus, there should be a no-tax policy to reduce the cost.
There is a common practice among other countries in the world. When establishing free economic zones, lots of countries have investors conduct the infrastructure projects themselves on a concession agreement for a duration of 20 years.
The only hope that we have for attracting investors to the Khushig Valley Economic Zone to cover 1,000 hectares is solely placed on the new airport, as we have air traffic with little to no congestion. However, this doesn't apply to the railway, which mainly transports raw minerals and materials. Our railway will not help the project's success. Since we can't invest in the project, we must bring investors. In doing so, we have to listen to the investor's side and aspire to work according to their wishes and suggestions.
Establishing a free economic zone at the Khushig Valley is estimated to decrease the population concentration in Ulaanbaatar city by about 20% and reduce traffic congestion in the capital by maybe 15%. The proposal to establish a free economic zone from government is approved by the Standing Committee at Parliament.
Now let's look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next time with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Goodbye.